I've got 3 drills today that are going to perfect your deadlift. If you've been struggling to deadlift and it always feels awkward and like you just can't quite get the movement down, one or more of these 3 drills is going to leave you feeling confident in your movement. I'm Coach JT, I'm a personal trainer of a decade, and I have used these drills in person and online with hundreds of people to make sure that they can move well with their deadlift and feel strong, stable, and safe. We're not gonna waste any time. Let's dive into these drills. First drill we're gonna do is with the mobility stick. So you can get yourself a fancy one, or you can go to Home Depot like I did and spend $8 on a PVC pipe and some rubber caps to put at the end. Really matters not for this particular drill, but what this drill will do for you is it's gonna reinforce good torso positioning so that we can maintain strong and stable positioning through the deadlift movement and make sure that we can not only lift heavy, but lift safe. So we're gonna whip this behind our head. Our goal is to have 3 points of contact with the stick. So we're aiming for the stick to be hitting at the top of our head up here. We do want it to be hitting mid-back and between our shoulder blades. And then we also want it touching the top of our butt, so right below that arch of the low back. So we're gonna hold that stick in that position to start, and then we want to maintain this as we bend over into that hinge position. So we wanna make sure that we're maintaining those 3 points of contact as we push those hips back, 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 and then come back up. And so if we're losing any of these 3 points of contact, then we know that we've got to make some adjustments with our upper body or with the movement in general and make sure that the movement itself is coming from our hips. Our deadlifts should come from our hips pushing back rather than squatting down and our knees bending. So this will reinforce that. Our next movement will make sure that your hips do shift back. It's a great way to focus on that. You can use one of 2 tools. There's a foam roller here that you can use. It's not my preferred method, but it is fantastic and it's accessible. So that's gonna be a huge piece of this because my favorite tool is what is called a Viper. That's this big weighted rubber tube here. These are in many gyms, but not in all gyms. So that's where the foam roller may come in handy. But this one is nice is because it's a little taller and it's hollow, so I can actually stick my hands in here to grab a hold of it nicely. But we're gonna set this one up. We're gonna be real close to it so that our elbows are at our sides. And again, I'm grabbing a hold of this one, then I've got a good deadlift stance. Now, the benefit of this drill comes in is that we're going to push this Viper away from us or the foam roller away from us. And we're gonna aim to learn to push our hips back in order to create that hinge deadlift movement. Again, deadlift is a hinge, which means the hips gotta go back. We're not squatting the knees down. And so by pushing something out, we can counterbalance those hips and get used to pushing away and then coming back. So it's really just, again, about the hands going away and our hips mimicking the direction that our hands are going in. And so it just provides that counter that allows them to move in sync and get used to pushing the hips back. Now this last drill requires only a wall, but one of the best cues for learning how to deadlift is to think about pushing your hips back like you're trying to close a car door with your butt. So if you got your hands full of groceries and you need to shut that car door, chances are you're just gonna slam that thing closed with your butt. Now, we're gonna essentially imitate that, but with something to touch to give us some additional feedback. So take about 1 step out from the wall, half a step to a step, get into your normal deadlift position. And then what we wanna do without bending our knees more than the just simply athletic stance that we start in is push those hips back till you touch the wall, push through the floor to stand back up. So again, it's just really about driving those hips back and then pulling them forward. And so we're just trying to go, go, go until we can actually touch that butt against the wall and get that feedback that we are moving properly back with our hips. Those are the 3 drills that I got for you today to master your deadlift. And you can see that all of them really put an emphasis on your hips. When it comes to deadlifting, which again, I sound like a broken record, is a hinge movement. The movement is initiated from our hips, and we want to hold our knees stacked above our ankles. So that is key for learning how to deadlift. And if you struggled to find that motion, one of these drills or more will help you to smooth that out.